Um, Hello guys, my name is Sajid Rashid, and this is the implementation of my AI project, that is the English to Luganda model. Yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you the different graphs, and also at the end, if time allows, I'll be able to show you how the model is and how it's working so far. Okay, so I was able to draw multiple diagrams. So throughout this presentation, we're going to show you the different diagrams that I do, try to explain them, and by hopefully at the end of the video, I'll show you a bit of how the model is and how it's working. So one of the images the plots that I did was a plot about the heat map. A heat map. Okay, drawing a heat map. Okay, heat map is like it's a diagram that shows the correlation between the different features of your given data set. So my data set, since it was text data, because it's supposed to convert an English text into a Luganda text, and so drawing a heat map on it was literally almost impossible because it isn't numeric. And as I said, its major aim is to show how the data is collected, which is other variables. So, and it's usually colored. So the other way that I could use was a use of something called the word cloud. And the word cloud is just some kind of representation of the different words that are frequently used in given data sets. So now, as you can see, for the sake of my model, words like district, government, need, youth, people, the one that were mainly used in the data set. So at some point, a heat map can be used as a sorry, a word cloud can be used as a heat map because they share something. What they share is literally almost the same. Okay, so this is a continuation, and this is what I do for also the Uganda data set. And as you see, government, Abantu, Uganda, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, even though plotting it was okay, and the entire data set was almost impossible, but I was able to plot it using just a particular text of the data set. So now, as you can see here, I plotted it using just one particular sentence in the data set, and I plotted it here for the English and the Luganda, just for one particular sentence in the data set. Yeah. So yeah, it came out, and here it was showing how the different words in that data set are related to each other, correlated to each other, and that was its visualization as you see it down there. So a correlation matrix. A correlation matrix. Okay, to a heat map and a correlation matrix are almost related. In fact, drawing a heat map, you need to first have a correlation matrix. Yeah, so a correlation matrix is just also, it's literally the same as the heat map. So it was okay, though it's a bit because the data set was very, very big. Okay, it's sentence. The sentence was made up of a lot of words. So I had to draw because I can't do it for the entire data set. So I just had to draw it for the particular sentence. So I'm on drawing it for that particular sentence. It was very big. So that's why, as you can see it here, the words, even the values aren't that visible. Though it isn't necessary to draw it as like this, but I just wanted to visualize it just to show it how it looks like. And also, I feel like this is also much more better to look at. Yeah. Yeah, so I had to do the same for the Luganda, for the Luganda sentence. It's very small. Anyway, so a box plot, a box plot also used for visualizing numerical data, and also used as skewness, and also to displaying the different quartiles. And so in here, it shows the upper quartile, lower quartile, and the minimum value, the maximum value, all that. And also a box plot can be used to show outliers. So for the case of my model, as you can see up here, this shows that these are outliers, these values are in that they're like outliers in the data set. They aren't that correlated with the rest of the different parts of that particular text, because this was for only a sentence. It wasn't for the entire data set, because drawing it for the entire data set is almost impossible. So a feature independence is a plot mainly used to show how the different features of the data set depend on each other. So should this use the sequencer distribution plot just to show them how they would take much more attention on text with longer sequences. So yeah, while training, it's going to, because here we are showing that the model is going to highly depend on those sentences with a very, very, as you can see here, we have got a sentence that's, I don't know how to explain this, but it's got a very, it's very long. So these are the different sentences that are used. So the model, the model will highly depend on this type of data. So they also will highly lessly depend. I'm going to train some simple model in the end. So just to show you how it does the training. Okay, so the patterns of interest. Okay, so on the patterns of interest, the data set plot is about the length. Okay, mainly the plot below itself was about the length, the length variation of the different texts, because the data these are the patterns that the model will obviously have to focus more about. It's going to look through this data set, like pay attention to this. So yeah, the length of the data set is one of the things that the model is going to, so it's one of the patterns of interest of the model. And also it's going to also pay attention to the unique features in the data set, right? So because I plotted these tables below, depending on the unique words, unlike last time I was plotting it, yeah, I tried to restrict it only the unique words, because it's also going to go through them. I'm going to go through the code a bit first, just to show you. Yeah, so that was mainly it on the patterns of interest part. Yeah, so on training it, this was the validation and the training loss that I got. So as you can see, it's overfitting the data because the train loss is very, very low, and that for the validation loss is a bit, yeah, it's bad, but yeah, I can go with that. And this is the accuracy. I got an accuracy of about 95, and also a validation accuracy of about 50%. Also not that bad. And this was an attention plot. This was okay. It shows you how it was plotting these words, and depending on, okay, because I used some architecture called the attention mechanism in this data set. So here, as you can see, the projects it mapped it very well. It didn't know what I is, so it was unknown. Oximba, he mapped it to helping MET. Mapped all of this into a, yeah, anyway, so that was it. And also this is what it did on the some other say that the district carried out a massive community. Yeah. So now this is how it mapped it. Yeah, I can't stop thanking these guys for everything, but anyway, so I'm going to stop the recording just to and I'm going to open up the data set, my project, and try to show you how it's working. Okay, so this is my data set. Yeah, it's a bit long, but yeah. So I had run this entire code on Colab because it requires a GPU. So those are the different images. I won't explain it today, but I'm just perusing through just to show you. Yeah, it's a bulky code, yeah, but this is what I did. I'm trying to go to, yeah, so this was the training part. I had to train it to this, so the data accuracy is a bit different. As you can see, it's a 93. Yeah, you have just trained it again just to show you guys, but the results that I showed you, it's the actual results I got at first. So yeah, so here I've got some text here. So there's something shares projects are helping with planting trees in southern part of Uganda. So I could try to translate it. Yeah. So says project ziyamba mu kuzimba emiti mu bukiikakkono bwa Buganda. I think that's it. People are performing well in primary living. Bayizi bakola obulungi mu bibuuzo by'akamalirizo. Here, if it says unknown, that means that like it was unable to translate this particular text. It's unknown to it. So we also have here youth spend most of their time in gambling and gaming, and we get abavubuka ekiri. Okay, so some of the words here weren't okay. The data set. Some of its content wasn't that good. It requires some it required some pre-processing, okay, to get rid of that. But anyway, so I could maybe try to say something here small. First, maybe let's go. Then say I am going to school today. Let's try to translate it. Ngenda kusomero rero, yeah. Anyway, so that's it. I'm going to try to upload this to my GitHub. So thanks for liking, and feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.